Thursday, June 15th. Didn't look at the date that time. We had some pretty big news drop yesterday. The USD federal funds rate remained the same. Some big Australian news folders, the unemployment change, as well as some numbers out of China. Today we have the European Union interest rate expecting to increase. Wow, didn't even realize there was the European interest rate decision today, a day after the American interest rate decision. Cool. As well as some US dollar news at 5:30. So lots of big news this morning, it looks like. That's not what I wanted to start on, but that's okay. So this is a trade from a couple days ago. Getting into our previous trades. Here, there's this trade on NZDCAD. I think already mentioned, price was coming down in this ascending channel, had broken quite low here and was looking for price to go up. So wanted to enter into a buy. As price was entering up, we were making these higher and higher highs. I was looking for price to make a new higher low and enter in on that higher low, and managed to get in at a decent price. Price has since been rejecting since yesterday, unfortunately. We were sort of aiming for a 5-to-1, which was a bit of a big lot size. The 3-to-1 definitely would have been hit. Don't think we would have made the 4-to-1, no. So 3-to-1 definitely would have been hit. This 5-to-1 looks like might go back down to break even. We're gonna see. Yeah, we're just gonna continue to monitor. GBPNZD, this one was less of a system trade, more of some other approach that I've mentioned in the past couple streams, can't remember. Anyways, the typical idea is you look at the daily chart for the GBPNZD. Price typically comes up to this 205 level, maybe a little higher, and then starts to reject back down. So that's sort of the goal. As price came up, it created a lower high, and then we entered on this new lower low down here. However, the interest rate decision was actually quite bullish for GBPNZD, hence the sort of bullish upward trend back up. So we are just continuing to monitor this guy. And then lastly, GBPCHF, unfortunately, did end up hitting stop loss as of this morning. So we had realized our mistake in that we were in an uptrend. As price was up here at about 1.142, I was kind of hoping. I ended up setting the take profit at break even at 1.135. Unfortunately, that didn't help. Price didn't end up going that low and has continued higher towards the stop loss. So we are out on that trade. So just in NZDCAD and GBPNZD as of this morning. Let's get into the analysis. AUDCAD has reached this nice significant level of resistance here and has started to reject. Still quite bullish on AUDCAD. Still in this ascending channel, we just need to identify a decent level of structure for entry. Not really seeing much, unfortunately. So we will just continue to monitor. Who knows how this is going to turn out in the next, say, hour after those significant news releases. We shall see. That's CHF, very similar to AUDCAD, nice little bullish momentum, a little less structured though. AUDJPY broke right above that sort of selling point that we had from yesterday, which was 95,750. So these previous highs are broken, very bullish. could possibly look for a buy on a pullback at some point. Again, just need to identify a good level. AUDNZD. Not much here. It's still very bullish, but not much market structure forming. So we're gonna ignore a AUDU. Similar thing, nice ascending channel, very bullish market structure. Nice little break if price is sort of broken these highs, but not definitively. If we make another new high and come back down, I'd be very keen on getting in on a buy on that pullback. But we will have to wait for that break of the new high for that to be considered a very valid setup. CADCHF. Probably something similar. Would want to break this high before we get in, or we need a break to the downside. We do have a lower high, but we also have a higher low, so we're in a bit of a pennant formation. A breakout and retest can go either direction here. CADJPY, similar to AUDJPY, very high. Nice new highs are being broken. Nice market structure here. Definitely have some higher lows. Would be keen on getting in on a pullback. When was this? Yesterday. Oh, that was during the day. That might not have been a bad pullback to enter on right over here. But moving right along. CHFJPY breaking into new highs. All the yen pairs are breaking into new highs. Again, good idea to probably wait for a pullback to try to get in on a buy on those guys. EURAUD. Prices continuing to break down. We've got 3 minutes till news drop. Not much structure here worth getting into. We do have some higher highs and higher lows, but it's not very strong here on EURCAD. CHF. Actually, I'm going to have some tea first. Alright. The CHF has finally had a nice break above this level. We've got some nice higher lows. So this could be a good opportunity to get in here. What we're looking for is another break of these highs and then a pullback. And we could probably try getting in maybe at this level of 976, or if we find a new market structure level, maybe up here as price pulls back into 979, but this might not be valid for another few days. EURGBP, again, all the yen pairs just screaming higher. EURGBP, we are getting some market structure forming here. We have equal lows, lower highs, similar to what we had here. Who knows, we could be forming a similar situation, which is again what we had back here. So we're just going to keep our eyes peeled as the market structure develops. EURNZD, good. I think I mentioned I was hoping to get into a sell on this guy because of the descending channel. We just need to be a little weary. We have been making higher lows, so we are funneling back up. As long as price can maintain here, although we do have the interest rate decision, so that could shoot price up. Not totally sure if price would reject at that point though. We would rather not trade against fundamental news if price rallies up to 1764 based on the release of the news. Looks like not much has happened. Let's see. Okay, so it increased to 4% as predicted. Let's see what this looks like for some of the other pairs. Oh, a nice little rally, but I don't know, we'll wait and see. We'll wait to see what happens by the end of the day. EURUSD, so EURNZD, again, looking to go short into this descending channel. Unfortunately, don't want to go short against bullish Euro news. So we are just chilling. Same thing, EUROU, just chilling. GBPAUD, just monitoring. GBPCAD. Could see getting in on a pullback down here to be beneficial if this were to happen soon. So a nice little rejection down here, which I don't think is going to happen. Otherwise, waiting for a break above this market structure here at 1.69 and then a retest and continue higher. So either something like this and getting in down here, or something like this and getting it up here. One of those two. Those are the situations we're looking for to get into that trade. GBPCHF, this is the trade that knocked me out. Again, not a bad entry when you look at it like this. We've got lower highs, we've got this previous resistance, we get into a sell, it goes about 1-to-1 risk, not bad. And then we realize we're actually in this ascending channel and that price is just going to continue higher, and sure enough it did, and we got knocked out at stop loss. So I don't know if there's much to take away from that trade. Probably, I mean, a couple things. We could have either kept the stop a lot closer. Keeping the stop a lot closer would have meant the take profit was a lot closer, meant we would have been more likely to hit our take profit. EURCHF. Sorry if I missed that. So this is EURCHF right now. We were in this descending channel. Price had trouble. It had a lot of resistance here at this 976 level. In fact, I think I had wanted to get into a sell and had missed it at one point. But anyways, we now see that we're in this bit of an ascending channel here. So we have this higher high right here, and we have our higher lows here. And so on the hourly, I don't know if I'm willing to get into the trade just yet, and partly because we have this lower low. So had price come down from here to here and then made a new high and pulled back here, I'd be super inclined to get into this trade as a buy signal right there. Maybe put the stops just below that level, aim for something like 3-to-1. The issue with that trade is that this is not a new high. This is a lower high. And so what we need is a new high to break out and then price to come back down. So if price can go from here to a new high and then come back down either to here or say a new level such as here, then we could be keen on getting into a buy somewhere around this level. But if you look at where this data points, it points to next week. So this might not be something that we see resolved until next week for a few days. So that's sort of my take on EURCHF. Looking for buys right now, not really looking for sells, but would need to make a new higher high and then buy on the pullback to a new higher low. Alright, going back to these guys. Hope that helped Mohit. GBPCAD. Actually, we could just do a 5-minute analysis on that guy too, see if it's any different. I can't say I'm seeing much difference on the 5-minute. You get the same sort of look and feel here on the 5-minute. Really needing this to be a higher high to sort of signal strength in bullishness before getting into this trade. I mean, you never know. Price could go higher. That's okay. Price could go lower. That's okay. But for confluence and for factors to align to get into this trade, we'd really like this to be a bit more bullish. Okay. GBP, kind of lost track. I think we're on GBPJPY. Sure enough, this dude is still freakishly bullish. As are all the yen pairs today. I think they're all up a significant amount, which means the yen is obviously down a significant amount. Making these guys a little skinnier. Again, don't want to sell when it's this high, trying to wait for a pullback. Even if it were to pull back, I can't say I see any solid market structure that I think is a good level of resistance or support, so I'm not super keen on it. So we're gonna move right along. GBPNZD, this is our big sell from here. Obviously not going so well. The idea was explained at the start, so if you go to the start, it's within the first minute or so of me actually streaming, not of course within the confines of the starting graphic. GBPU, nice break, real bullish, hoping maybe to get in on a pullback, but again, not seeing any super good level of structure. Maybe somewhere around here, I would say. We've got some significant levels. The only issue is that we don't really have much trendline support when we get into this. Okay, we are breaking a very significant level. We haven't broken above this level since May. So there's a lot of opportunity for the there's a lot of opportunity to the upside if this level is broken. And it looks like, just with the sheer bearishness of the GBP or the British pound, there looks like a lot of momentum. Now we just need to play it right and get into a good entry position for it. Again, NZDCAD. Again, we are in a trade on NZDCAD right now. We are in this trade. Price had gone up to about 3R, has since started to come back down. We're not looking at a re-entry just yet. And we are holding up for 5R, so moving right along. NZDCHF finally hitting this trendline support and rejecting. That's kind of ironic. nice breakdown here for this ascending trendline support. I will wait for market structure to form along this trend line before I think about getting into a sell. Sells are definitely what the bias are here, just based on this overall market structure down, but would like some lower highs and then lower lows to be formed before getting into a sell and then waiting for a pullback. That's typically how I trade my strategy. NZDJ, similar to all the other JPY pairs, very bullish on the day, reaching previous highs. Yeah, not much to be said. They're quite bullish on the day right now, so if you're a breakout buyer, it could be a good opportunity. If you are a pullback buyer like myself, you will wait a couple days. And you looks like the Kiwi dollar is just getting beat up today, not doing too well, as it had a big day yesterday. So again, we do have this nice structure here. We do have some higher highs, we do have some higher lows. What we need is a level of structure we feel confident that price could bounce at, that's supported with a trend line. I'm not really seeing it. There's just so many price points onto the left of the chart data here that not many of them match up. So not super keen on an entry on this guy just yet. We're just gonna let price action unfold until we see something. USDCAD, similar prices, just bouncing at this support. I think similar to NZDCAD here. So NZDCAD price came down to this bottom level trendline support. Eventually, we kind of figured price would bounce at this level. But obviously, we didn't get in because that wasn't enough of a confluence. Price did bounce, and what we were looking for was a break of these highs and new higher highs and higher lows before we got in. And that's the same thing we're doing with USDCAD. We've got this trendline structure here. We're waiting for price levels to break above. So if price breaks above 1.138 here, and we start to form some sort of channel here like this, we're looking to get in at a buy at one of these levels, preferably this level, I think, with a stop below this level. And this is of course assuming that this happens. This isn't guaranteed to happen, but if it sets up this way, this will be something that could be a good opportunity for a buy in the oncoming week or two. And if price continues to capitulate and go below below this support level, then that trade idea is invalid, and maybe there will be a sell below this support level that we could be keen on getting into. But that's sort of the analysis for UCAD. USDCHF, we are making some nice lower highs, lower lows. That would have actually been a pretty nice entry at 1 o'clock this morning. As price came up to this level, but for now we are gonna stay out and monitor. If price were to come up again, I don't know if I'd be super keen on getting into the sell. Typically like price to make new lows before I get in on the pullback buy or sell. So price would need to go from here to create a new low, to come back up to say here to create a new low, and I'd be keen on getting in on the sell right around here with a stop above the previous level target, something like 3 or 5 to 1. Yeah, that's sort of the strategy for USDCHF. UJ, big move up. Not surprised, nice break, nice retest. All the yen pairs are significantly up today. I'm good, Mohit, how are you? So that's it for the 28 Forex pairs. Quick quick look at indices, US 30. Nice sort of, it wasn't a bit of a bearish decline, which was sort of antithesis to US 100 and US 500. They were both quite bearish or bullish, and now it seems like they're all in closer alignment of being quite bullish. Sorry, not gold yet, but all very bullish. Unfortunately, I can't say that I'm seeing very easy market structure to trade. We do have these higher highs, higher lows, but it's almost too high, if you know what I mean. Euro U and yen pairs need to retrace though. Don't be tricked into buying the highs. No, exactly. That's not my strategy. I mean, if you are a breakout buyer, then that's kind of what you're waiting for, is these strong momentum plays on the yen pair. Let's go into Forex commodities. So yeah, every single yen pair is trading super bullish right now. And that's great. That's a bias for buys. Absolutely. We see the yen pair basket is doing atrocious right now, just been on this rampant decline. If you don't look at the yen basket, it's a good sort of summary of all the yen pairs. But what you want to do is you want to wait for some sort of retracement. So just looking at the yen basket here, if we get a retracement to this level, I could be looking for a sell here. And so whatever that means for one of the yen pairs could be a good opportunity. But yeah, you're right, Eric. Don't need to buy the highs. Unless that's your strategy. There are lots of people who buy the highs and make money as it continues higher. But that's not my strategy. It sounds like it's not yours either. What you do is you analyze them. You see they're all quite bullish. You pick the one you think is going to be the most bullish. What one has the best news, the best fundamentals on its side. Or even which one has the best market structure. So right now, I think the ones I would be most keen on trading are probably CADJPY, definitely GBPJPY. EURUSD is kind of nice. At least he's forming some good structure. So he's making very consistent higher highs, higher lows, which is kind of what you want to see when you want to get into a good pullback. So though I can't necessarily see any very specific levels that I would be super keen on getting into, this is kind of the market structure you want to see to get into a buy. And then you see GU, which is very similar to EU. But yeah, alright. Thank you both for your questions. I'm gonna sign off in a bit. Any other pair you'd like me to quickly share my analysis with? Otherwise, that is it for the day. Appreciate the comments. Going once, going twice. Alright, well, I'll throw my end screen on, but if you have any comments, it'll be on for the next couple minutes so I can try to answer them. Peace. Good luck trading. you.